Knitting club shenanigans. Last Saturday, my cousin Jake called me up, sounding more exasperated than usual. "Hey, can you help Aunt Linda's knitting club with a small project? They're moving something, and they could use an extra set of hands." Now, knowing Aunt Linda, I expected maybe a few bundles of yarn or some overly large afghans. I still remember the time she knit a scarf long enough to wrap around the entire family tree, literally. But Jake was persistent, and besides, Aunt Linda's knitting ladies always had the best cookies. When we arrived at Aunt Linda's house, we were greeted by a cacophony of clinking knitting needles and the sweet scent of cookies that could only be described as heaven in a bite. The knitting club, a formidable group of octogenarians, flashed us polite smiles before leading us to the garage. We anticipated boxes, maybe a furniture piece or two. Instead, sitting proudly on a platform was a life-sized woolen replica of the Queen's Corgi, complete with a glimmering crown and a mechanical barking mechanism that sounded more like a kazoo with a cold. The club president, Mrs. Jenkins, explained they'd been working on it for months as a tribute for an upcoming Knitting Through the Ages exhibition. They needed help moving it to the community center. The task seemed simple enough until we tried lifting it. What appeared to be a fluffy corgi weighed more than a small car. "It's all the yarn stuffing," Aunt Linda explained, as Jake and I struggled to carry the woolen beast to the van. Each time it jostled, the corgi let out a series of wheezy barks that sent the club into fits of giggles. Finally, with much effort and a few dropped stitches, we managed to wrangle the woolly wonder into the community center. As we stood back to admire the display, Aunt Linda, with a twinkle in her eye, nudged Jake and said, "Well, I guess you could say, it was a rough day."